Good day, Assalamu alaikum, Namaskar, Adab. Welcome to Hunny Walia show. As you know, we always bring the people from their area who are expert. They have a knowledge to give us, enlighten us with their experience. Today we have Honorable Tunde Obasan with us. He has moved to Canada to basically to give a better life to his family and children. He selected Alberta because the Albertan values, Alberta culture, Alberta heritage we have. He has worked as a volunteer or a community person in a different nonprofit organization, which includes the Food Bank, Mennonite Center, and a community league. As a profession, he is a established chartered accountant, has worked with the project management, everything. Welcome, Tunde.
Thank you so much, my friend. I'm happy to join you on this show.
Thank you, Tunde. So you are professional, you are a chartered accountant, you have an established business, and now you are running for a member of parliament. Is any particular reason you want to join a politics, having a, you know, established business?
As a matter of fact, I work with the provincial government, right? So I don't have a business of my own, but my family has that. So
Thank you
yeah,
for correcting my mistakes.
okay, that's okay. Yeah. So while doing, I've been working in this country for about a decade now, and with my work in other countries around the world as well, I've accumulated enough to know that government needs to do something for the economy, to make sense and for the people to live a very good life. Okay, what I've realized is that we've had somebody say that the budget can always balance itself in the past, right? And I know, as a chartered accountant, I know that budget doesn't balance itself. Somebody needs to do something to make the budget to balance at the end of the day. So I looked at things going on, particularly in Alberta and at the federal level as well. I see that, things needs to be done differently. And that is why I said, okay, I need to put my heart here. I need to, put my name forward and, be part of those people who will make those changes that we want to see in Alberta and also in Canada as a nation. And that is why I put my name forward this time.
Thank you, Tunde. So you did talk about the budget, you did talk, and you're a chartered accountant, you know better than anyone else. So how you will see what the federal policy need to or to be changed to make a budget balance, or what need to be done? Like now we have seen with the pandemic going on, such a billions of dollars have been spent.
Mhm.
So how you are thinking or how you will be making that thing happen?
Yeah, you know what? The first thing is for the government to understand that they need to be strategic about it, that they need to put a process in place that can lead to a balanced budget. But as we see now, we have a Trudeau government that believes that budget will balance itself without anybody doing anything. So that is the first mistake we are making, as a nation. I think the first thing is for the current government to realize that they have to get to the table, the drawing board again, and have that mentality that they have to do something to actually balance the budget. And that doing that, it will involve being very careful about government spendings, right? So we have to be, one thing is to look at the expense side of things. What are we spending on? How careful are we spending, taxpayers' dollars? Another thing is to look at, okay, what is the driver for the economy of this nation? We need to attract investors. Are we currently attracting investors who can help us to boost the economy, to help us to generate more revenue as a nation? And again, with the industry that provides huge portion of the revenue that this country relies on, the oil sector, what is the government doing about to protect that industry to make sure that it doesn't collapse right before our own eyes? So you can see that government is not even thinking about that at this point. There are a lot of things have been said, but not many things, not much have been done, right? It's not enough to say, it's not enough to speak. we need to take more action than what we say in the right direction, that we say that, okay, yeah, in the future or in the next few months, in the next few years, there is prospect, for Canada. There's prospect for the Canadian economy again, and people can get back to work. Because when people don't get back to work, when people are unemployed, how can the balance, how can the budget even balance? How can the, because people need to get back to work for the economy to bounce back again. And that is when we can start seeing that government begin to spend less on welfare packages, and government begin, and people begin to pay taxes when they work. Corporations become successful and they can pay taxes to government. So these are the things government needs to look at. And with the current government, I don't see that happening anytime soon, and I don't think this government is something that this government can ever do. So we need to do something different as a nation to make sure we put Canadians back to work.
Well, if I understood correctly, that will be your agenda to boost the economy, to create the employment, to bring the people back to work so they are paying the taxes.
Oh yeah.
So, so to Tunde, like in last couple of years, we have seen a lot of scandals. The politicians have been involved. So where do you see as going to a federal uh, to become a member of parliament and going in a federal politics, the accountability of the politicians toward the Canadians?
Firstly, politicians need to know that they are, some people elected them into these political offices to represent them. So you represent the people, you are not there to represent yourself, right? So when politicians begin to have that understanding, that is when the accountability can make sense to them. Because when you don't know that the people that elected you into office are they are your bosses, it's like you are being hired by the electorates, right? And whatever we do, we have to have, at the back of our mind that, okay, whatever we do here impacts the people that elected us into office. So when we realize that as politicians, we'll be able to know that whatever actions we want to take impact people's lives, impact families, impact the economy, impact every individuals, right? And that way, with that sense, we begin, politicians begin to do things in the right way, having in the mind that, okay, they are going to be delivering, to be reporting back to their constituents, at the appropriate time. And we've seen a lot of scandals going on, right? Particularly, we have issues with that. So like a few scandals with the Justin Trudeau government, and nothing has happened. Accountability is not there, right? By now, a lot of things, a lot of changes supposed to have been made, because of what we've experienced in the past. But the government will just come, apologize again, and life continues. That should not be the case. People should be held accountable for their actions, and that is a level we should be moving towards in Canada, to make sure that elected officials, they serve the people that elected them, and they are not there to further their own private agenda.
So to bring back from federal to a little bit on back, you did mention, Tunde, you are going to run for election or you are seeking a nomination. So do you want to explain our viewers which area, which province you are looking to get the nomination?
Okay, I live in Edmonton, and I've decided to run for the Conservative Party of Canada nomination in Edmonton Strathcona. So that is the riding I'm running currently for the nomination.
So, so we are talking about the federal agenda. So what will be the agenda or task you want to see in the Strathcona County? Is it town?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Sunil, for that question. In the last few months, I've had the opportunity to speak with the residents of Edmonton Strathcona, just to understand what are the issues that are very important to them at this time. We know that the pandemic has changed a lot of things, but at the same time, there are issues, that are that the residents want the government to address. And priority, to people, based on my conversation with them, has been the economy and job prospects. People are afraid. They don't even know what the future holds for them. because you can imagine a lot of them have lost their jobs, and they're not sure whether they are going to be, when they are going to be able to get, another job, right? And and the government is not creating an environment that enables, corporations to do better and be able to hire more people to come and work, right? So most we've seen a lot of small businesses shut down in the last few months, few years, and the government is not doing anything about that. And we know that if the federal government would take necessary actions, our oil sector will not be in the position that it is right now, because Alberta, whether we believe or not, Alberta relies largely on the revenue from the oil sector, right? And our federal government is not doing enough. And I can tell you, they're not even doing anything. They speak, but there are no actions. And when constituents have said, and they've been clear about it, the government needs to do something about the oil sector so that the economy of Alberta can bounce back. Employers can be on their right footing and be able to employ workers again, and people can get back to work, earn income, pay their taxes, take care of their own family, and begin to live good quality life that they want to live as Canadians.
Tunde, other thing, I have another question for you. As a normal person, I should not be saying normal, but a working class guy, right? Or have a family, the kids and everything. It's very easy to spend, but then I have to realize the money has to be paid back. As a chartered accountant, and you are good with the numbers, we have spent it so much money and the deficit has increased.
Mhm.
How does it going to affect our coming generations?
Okay, so what this is, let's go to pre-pandemic, pre-COVID. Okay, so Canada is in debt. We understand that, because of the effect of the pandemic, government needed to spend more money. That is understandable. But even pre-pandemic, Canada has been in debt. And the current government is not thinking, they have not been thinking about how do we, bring this debt down? How do we even start to balance the budget, lest we talk of paying back what we already owe? The impact, straight to the question, the impact of this is, the more we continue to accumulate, debt, it's like we are mortgaging the future of our children. We are mortgaging the future of our grandchildren. And we shouldn't be doing that. We have to be responsible fiscally. We have to make sure that even when we are not there, in the future, our children, grandchildren can live a good life. And if we want them to live a good life, that means we want to live an economy that they don't have to be paying back what we have owed, what we have spent, and they don't have to pay that back. And how it works is this: in the future, they will have to pay higher taxes to pay back what we are spending today. And the government needs to be very careful about that and consider the future of the next generation, the future of our children, the future of our grandchildren. We have to be, it's out of compassion. You have to know that when you have compassion, you have to think about the children. You have to think about the grandchildren, that what will happen to them in the future when they have to start paying this huge debt that we have accumulated carelessly because of what the government, fails to do, when they're supposed to do it. So the government needs to start taking action now to make sure that we will start managing our debt properly, to be able to reduce our spending, find ways to increase our revenue, boost, the oil sector, do everything we can do. It's about taking necessary actions at this point to make sure that, we change, the economy to what it needs to be in the interest of the future generation.
So this today is totally a different question, not related to your campaign, but I think it's your knowledge and your experience and your expertise. This month we are in Alberta, we are celebrating Black History Month. Would you mind to enlighten us or give us more? What is the importance behind it?
Oh, that is a very good one. I'll share this with you. Yesterday, we had a Black History Month event, and it got the attention of a lot of dignitaries across the country. And as a matter of fact, Premier Doug Ford was one of our guest speakers. We organized that as an organization, the Conservative Black Congress of Canada, and we have a lot of MPPs from Ontario and MLA from Alberta as well. And we also have some pastors, some business owners. It was a very great event. So Black History Month, it's just a period of time that we get the opportunity to showcase our rich history. The history of people from African descent. We get that opportunity to showcase the richness of that history. We talk about, our experiences. We explain who we are. We're able to showcase what we've done, what we want to achieve in the future, so that people that don't understand will get the opportunity to know, okay, who we are. And that is what we're doing. And every year we celebrate that. And, it has attracted so much, attention, around around North America, and in the last few years also in Canada. And it's something that is becoming more popular from year to year. And we're looking forward to, we still have a few more events before the end of this month. And it's something we are very happy to be part of, and to celebrate the richness of our culture, within within Canada now. Yeah.
Thank you, Tunde. I really appreciate. Tunde, in the last, what message would you like to give to our viewers? And if they want to get connected with you or they want to help you in your campaign, how they can be involved?
Okay, I actually I humbly request for everyone's support. If you live in Edmonton Strathcona area, it's a very big riding. If you live in any part of that riding, I encourage you to, because I'm going to fight for what you believe in. I'm going to fight for Canadians. Okay, I'm going there to represent you and fight for you, fight for your children and your grandchildren. So if you live there, or you know somebody who live within that riding, please encourage them to go to my website and purchase a membership, to be able to vote for me, because only members of the party will be eligible to vote for me whenever the nomination is called. And my website is tundeobasan.ca, TUNDEOBASAN.ca. Just click on the membership button and you'll be able to buy a membership for $15. If you are 14 years and older and you're a permanent resident or a citizen, you are qualified to become a party member. I look forward to your support, in this race. And once we're able to get this, you can be sure that we are building a team that will go for the next general election and defeat Justin Trudeau, and in return fight for Albertans, fight for the people of Edmonton Strathcona. Thank you.
Thank you, Tunde. Thank you for giving enlightenment, and all the best wishes for your campaign. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so
So
much.
thank you. Thank you, Tunde. You are watching Hunny Walia shows. We have shows not only on politics, we bring the culture issues, we bring the issues or concerns you have in society, current issues. If you have any questions or concerns, or which you would like us to address, or you want us to bring the expertise and address that issue, please do not hesitate to contact us. We have programs in different languages also, English, Hindi, Urdu, Punjabi. Please watch them and give your comments. Thank you for watching Hunny Walia shows. I'm your host, Sanal Full. Take your leave till we meet again. Thank you.